was in office, the midget job on the lock. When I hear what the midget singing, I get a mango and sock. When Fitzgerald wasn't fixing, Western never say one. Now the midget launch an attack because he loses his seatbelt contract.
Kaiso, Orlando octave there with an important one that we have to consider as well. And I am extremely fair. I like to look at things both ways, right? Good morning to Mr. Shaq, a tremendous Kaisonian. Good morning to Kuku, right? Blessings to the elders, my full respect, and everyone throughout the entire fraternity. People are entitled to have their desires and their preferences. That is not a problem. And everyone has the right to express themselves, to express the concerns that they may see and they may have. That is your fundamental right. But there is a level of hypocrisy that takes place. I'm pointing at Mr. Shaq because when Bois sharing, I feel as though he has the maturity to still put Bois on the next side. And if you listen to FAFO, you would see that he actually does knock what many people were disappointed with in the selection and anointment of the former, right, Mr. Young. We have to be real as a people. We have to try to be more honest with ourselves and certainly more honest with others. The population is aware and becoming more aware, and they will tire quickly with the hypocrisy and the one-sidedness that people try to feed them. It is our responsibility as upholders of truth to be fair and just. But I cannot say that the criticism of hypocrisy by individuals is not something that is real. Under the last administration, I could remember standing in Mova with family, friends, and community who stood against the killing of 3 innocent men in Mova. Respect to the individual who had the tenacity and the bravery to take the footage that he captured and share it. Because what we often see is the supposed protective services, they will ensure that whatever exists in terms of evidence that can incriminate them for the wrongs that they do, including murder, they will ensure that they can destroy all of the evidence that exists. They actually do not want to take the steps to ensure that accountability will take place. But respect to that individual, respect to the communities as well, who stand up when glaring wrong is exposed. And I stood and I continue to stand every anniversary of the death of those 3 innocent young men. Death, I saying death, but it is not just death. We forced into a position where we need to be careful and be politically correct because people have the resources to legally chase us when we speak the truth, to silence us. We are continuing to go down a slippery slope. We're continuing to cover and hide. We continue to say one law and one rule for some people, but the other people, nah, they don't have no, they with we, they could get away. The hypocrisy, the injustice, it is essential to rid our society of that. Let the commissioner of police say to his officers, if you kill people, he might say, and you get caught, because some of them, right, they're killing people. Not now. They're cussing you up. They're beating you. They're threatening you. And they know they have their backing, and they know that they have this favor and that favor. They know they did wrongdoing for the higher ups. They know the higher ups do wrongdoing for the higher ups. Where are we going with a society like that? And then what waters down some of the efforts of the honest people who dislike injustice is the hypocrisy of people who jump on just because it suits their agenda. It suits their agenda. So you see people who, they never had a problem before. Gary, as commissioner of police under the PNM, selected one of Rowley. What he said, one of his biggest mistakes, oversaw some actions that up till now are being investigated and cannot fairly be looked at as just. The culture was always there. The culture was there since Burroughs. The culture was there since whenever else. And the culture was fueled till people within our society are justifying the killing of citizens in cold blood and just casting some spell of them as criminal. They look a certain way, they whatever. So yeah, wicked people, you cannot be a fair, just person with a heart and justify and encourage the murder in cold blood. I am not talking about when our officers who we care about have to defend themselves. We're not talking about that. Don't convolute the conversation. Let us be fair in this society. Justice begins against ourselves and our family, our batch, our colleagues. That is where justice begins, or else justice does not exist. How do you have the right to enforce some law and justice on me, but you will not abide by it? How it is that a presumption of innocence works for you, and the highest standards of evidential value have to be met for you, but for the other poor, depressed people who can't defend themselves, not connected, not involved in your institutional gangs, do not have that right, do not have that presumption, and have to suffer and languish at the hands of injustice. Let us be just in Trinidad and Tobago. Let us be fair. Let us take a proper look at ourselves. You know, your entire credibility as the head of an institution can be jeopardized by the manner in which you deal with this circumstance. You know the erosion of public trust that can take place, and that is taking place even further to what existed before. By your apprehension to be fair. And I want to be fair. I want to be fair. This is a matter of immense public interest. This is a matter of immense public interest. It necessitates the swift accumulation, investigation, because they have a way, they know how to spin it and ice it and water it down. I was pursued once by two officers. I was pursued once, and you know what I did? I was worried. So I pulled in a place where there was light. I pulled in a place when I see 3 people on the side of the road there. I pulled there. I pulled there because the nature. And when I pulled up in that space where I felt safe, my windows were already down. Myself alone. I called out to the people around. I say, hey, excuse, good night. And an officer jumped out of his vehicle, gun pointed, turn off your effing car. I say, hey, I is not no criminal, you know. Imagine that is what you're uttering. I am not a criminal, you know. That's why I uttering to the person. If you think I was speeding, whatever you think I was doing, hey, I'm not a criminal. Relax. Relax. I ain't run from the police, but essential to my safety at that point in time, I felt it important to stop, not too far away, but somewhere where there were people. Now, to think of it, that could have go all kind of ways. That could have go all kind of ways. And if we don't train these people who holding guns, an automatic rifle that you empty and then you take out your sidearm and you fire again. If we don't train these individuals who have guns to preserve life, if we chain them up and wind them up daily to go out there, the criminal, kill them. Our innocent children being killed in between. Good morning to Mova. Good morning to Carnage. Good morning to Beatum. Good morning to Shogunas. I could call every good morning to Sanford. I could probably call every community that has suffered from the loss of an individual at the hands of people who are supposed to protect us because of recklessness or just evil wickedness. Let us take this opportunity to usher in some reform, to retrain these individuals, to bring accountability. How wonderful I think it could be for our Minister of National Security, both of them, to say, hey, here what's going on, right? This is the time. This is the time. Whatever we did wrong before, let us do it right now. Cameras, everybody, cameras, find the money. Those are excuses. Cameras for everybody, retraining for everybody. Don't cuss people out here. Do not, well, they can't. If they have a camera on their chest that on all the time, they cannot go and do what they just be doing whole day, other than their work. And respect those officers who do what they're supposed to do plus. Who putting our children in the maxis and encouraging them to go to school. Who helping. Who have a heart. Who went into the service not to be in a crew to make money. We go do whatever we have to do to make money. This pay small, we have to do what we have to do. Not to enter the service for that, but those who enter the service to try to make Trinidad better and bring some type of justice. Not for a ranking thing. But Trinidad is the land of ranking thing. He's a politician, you're ranking. He's a public official, you're ranking. Wherever you get some authority, is to rank on somebody else. Oh God. So nobody don't have a heart? So nobody going to serve? So nobody humble again? It would be amazing to see that now steps towards greater accountability, a total change to what takes place, reform is heralded by this administration. It would be wonderful. Despite the cost, I know some of the officers could be upset with you all. And I know some of them who tie up, because the place tie up, that is the best I could say. Go grumble and say how you could tell us to do this now, how you could. Remember we do this with you. I ain't even want to further that. But what? We don't know? Trinidad and Tobago don't know? We take the break. I think I'm glad that we have a break. And we'll take the calls when I come back.
Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills pills, and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the vibrant rhythms and enjoy a spirit of sweet calypso. Join us for an unforgettable experience at the semi-final round of the Calypso Monarch competition. This is Calypso Fiesta. 40 Calypso stars will compete on the Skinner Park stage. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmonies. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Join us at Skinner Park in San Fernando for an afternoon of pure Calypso magic. Showtime 2 p.m. Tickets available on islandetickets.com or call us at 623-9660. Don't miss out on a chance to experience the rhythm and joy of the Caribbean in 2026. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmony. This is Calypso Fiesta.
What are you doing? Crunch Nival at KFC is so special to all. What are we doing?
Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, Carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, take out, like rocket. It's a crunch Nival with the baddest bucket.
The crunch calling with our baddest bucket. That's 7 pieces of chicken for only $99. And for just $25 more, get 4 additional sides. Or crunch into Carnival with a super deal and get 1 piece of chicken, 1 regular side, a biscuit, and a large drink for only $29.95.
When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Crunch Nival at KFC.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Tobago. It's Carnival. The vibe. The event space, formerly known as Shade. For the Court Tobago. Said, let's celebrate Carnival. Bring your coolers every Friday and Saturday. Starting from Friday the 30th of January till Carnival week. And pay $50 at the door with your cooler all night. No ice, no chaser. Allowed. Top DJ and artists passing through. Every Friday and Saturday to pre-book your cabanas. Call 369-6414 and 394-3612. Or email IWERMG@gmail.com. And this promotion is going on until Easter. Gates open at 9 p.m. It's rum. It's bacchanal. Bring your coolers and come.
Been down this road before. All that left is rum and bacchanal. This is Carnival.
How you just turn on this time machine, boy?
Bro, we have to...
Yes, I know, we have to go, but I have to start it.
On Sunday, February 1st, 2026, Captain Starbright and Tim Tim are going to take your kids on a magical journey to the past, present, and future of Carnival, the greatest show on earth. Get ready for Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
Yeah, but how are we going if this time machine not working, boy?
Bro, you're putting me Smolter. It's powered by Smolter.
Oh, it's powered by Smolter. All right, put it. All right, let's go.
Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future. Sunday, February 1st, Skinner Park, San Fernando. Rides, slides, games, soca stars, and more. Parents, watch them learn about their culture and save the future of Carnival. Early bird tickets available online at islandetickets.com or timetolime.com and in store at advertised outlets. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Call 337-KIDS for more information. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
Is a whole lot of flavor wrapped up in a twist. Some of them try to rap, but they don't rap like this. With crispy KFC tenders and lettuce and carrots and shredded tortilla embedded, perfect wherever you headed. Dripping with that creamy mayo and that mambo sauce. Let me tell them one more time to get my point across. It's a craveable, crunchable, movable, functional, flavorful meal that your taste buds must endorse. KFC crunch twist, crunch twist. None of them, they don't make them like this.
Introducing KFC's Crunch Twist, a flavorful wrap with a delicious difference for just $29.95. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The Lion Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake roti and doubles too, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion Brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The world #1 Calypso dance Kaiser Showcase presents Rhythm of the Sea, where the rhythm meets the wave on board the Embassy Yacht on Friday, 30th January 2026. Boarding at King's Wharf, San Fernando from 7 p.m. and sailing at 8 p.m. sharp. Featuring the ladies DJ, Dr. Ross and Sugar Ray. Early bird tickets $200. General admission $250. Tickets available at Roast and Toast Restaurant, Bar and Grill. Number 86 Superior Street, San Fernando. Attendees by the park, Tuco South Central Zone Office, mezzanine floor, Skinner Park, San Fernando. And from Tuco South executive members. For more information, call 653-5732. Don't miss out on the first ever Calypso tent on the high seas. Everybody, Kaiso Showcase, Rhythm of the Sea.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. We thank Him for life. And life is sacred. It is not something that we should devalue regardless of whose life it is. If we respect the lives of those who are less fortunate within our society, we uplift the value of all of life, all of the citizens that exist. When we label individuals, when we categorize them based on their social and economic status, then we dehumanize, we devalue, and we allow ourselves and the institutions that we are in to treat them as less than they are. Ain't nobody in this society better than nobody. Ain't nobody because you do ugly, nasty, scheming, selfish, wicked things and accumulate whatever wealth. Ain't that don't mean you better than nobody. It does not give value to you more than the life of someone else. Because you can afford to look physically good, it does not mean that your heart carries more value or substance than somebody else who cannot afford a bar of soap. Let us respect each other. Let us start to understand this thing called life now, please, Trinidad and Tobago. Let us understand that if we put value to those who are least in our society in terms of social strata, then we add value to all of our lives. When we could respect who's supposedly on the bottom, more respect. Respect is bred in the society even for us. If we could treasure the lives of the poor children in our communities, in the squatting villages, Valencia and here and there, people who cannot afford rent, who go to knock up a little shamba somewhere, who don't have running water, and wishing for the day that the roads are paved and maybe lights could come. If we add value to their lives, we add value to the entire society. If we cherish their lives, but we move in with a selfishness, with a lack of love that is destructive. I see some people pretending to be good people. You rob old people their land. Right? You do every measure of immorality and indignity that invent. Your own family, they want no part of you. If you have a spouse, you're selfish, you're wicked, you're this, you're that. You're threatening them, you're doing them this, you're doing them that. But pretending in this society like if there's people. And it is a fault of the wider society as well, because we will attribute some kind of greatness because they have ornaments and things, whatever, around them, the gains of the wrong that they do. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, Fawad.
Wa alaikum salam.
Peace and blessing be upon your callers and your listeners.
And you and everyone else.
Fawad. Yeah, Fawad. Trinidadian supposed to be proud to have a son at his queue Brother, appreciate your intelligence and appreciate the critical thinking in us thing. The other day I called you, I was talking about the Calypsonian, but I didn't make no contribution to it. Sorry about that. But they are political aligned forward.
Yeah.
These ministries and them, these police and them, they are political aligned forward. The other day I see forward 3 Jeep load pull up on the El Chicoro. That 3 taxi driver PH on his stand. 3 Jeep. We check 15 police and next man check 16. They pull up on me with guns outside. I swear forward that one of the PH driver went on a little scene or something that would come for him now, boy. But forward wasn't that. It was 7:30 in the night forward. And they pull up on me to give me ticket like we criminal forward 7:30 in the night forward. 16 police I check, the next man check 15. I will give the word as 15.
Yeah.
Forward. The Calypsonian and them are all forward.
Yeah, some of them.
When they're singing, all they're trying to do is fool the African brothers against the Indian brothers. They indoctrinated the people of them against the UNC forward.
Yeah.
Forward the other day, about a year ago, right? I see roadblock around, right? And it had police in the area, and it had 4 blocks there, and not one on the blocks and them forward. They're only looking to get the brothers and them sisters who coming from work and going to work ticket forward. Forward this ticket thing where they giving the people and them, like that is the only work they could do professionally, you know.
Yeah.
These brothers are in this uniform. When Master put us to police us on the plantation forward, is a dangerous thing forward. I never see the 1% trucks and them get no ticket forward and then spark up indiscriminated in the road. They moving with weights forward, mashing up the road, the pavement. When you see the pavement and thing, it have holes forward. If rain fall and a little child walking coming home from school could fall in them hole on the road forward. But they don't study that forward.
Yeah.
All they're studying is to oppress people. When the weed was illegal forward and the whole man with a 20-piece forward and the 3 men like that, they walk up on the block together. Them splitting up that and giving everybody it, you know. Them find that this little puny little incident, them feel that is the biggest criminal they have, you know, not the men and them who kidnapping and killing people, you know. Forward, the biggest gang is the police forward. And they're working for the 1% against the population.
I ain't sure if that maybe in numerical they might be, but it has some elite gangs in Trinidad and Tobago. It has some big fish. It has 2 upper tiers. We still talking about in between. I am not even attacking the service per se, you know, but it had to clean up. But the service is used by certain people. Understand? Them is not massa, you know. Them is overseers. And I'm saying that if you black and you poor, you belong to the masses, then at least show that love. Change it from a force that was created under a certain colonial system to suppress. Change it to a real service now. Change it to a service.
It's not a service. It's not a service forward. It's a police state. It's a
force. It's a force.
It's a force.
Nah, it's supposed to be a service.
No.
But they say it's protect and serve. With pride.
Protect and serve whom forward?
Well, I'm wondering.
Not the citizen, not we forward. Forward we just slave them. It's the police, the slave. Make sure the slave not interfere with massa production on the plantation. Forward, and they don't know they slave them is overseers on the plantation.
They don't know that?
They don't know that. And then watching a black man and a black man in a police uniform advantage in a black man for 1% to live good on the plantation.
Mother.
Forward, it's sad.
Mother, they have a mother who is a police officer who they show love right through. Not one, not two, not three. I seen their face and I remember them in my mind. It are police officers that vote for me. It are police officers that support me. It are police officers will defend me, right? Love to all you. Because let me tell you what they recognize. They recognize the hypocrisy of the whole system, and they recognize that there is human too. I love you all. For those good officers out here this morning, last night, working hard, standing for what is right, trying to help out, I love you all. Let us fix this thing up. Let's fix this thing up.
Power. It's a police that's called him Grim Ripper. That's what I told man, right? He doesn't stand up on line with the pressure man. And as he see a Belgian mashy white line, he run out and give him a ticket. How unfair that is? You hiding your bike by the pusher man, stand up and talking to the pusher man. As a man pass and mashy white line, you run out and give him ticket. It's advantage forward. That officer talking about forward, the advantage in the people, that the same thing Kamala talking about. And it has several officers who is the warden and them forward. They're taking it out on we, forward. This is what's going on in the plantation, It's sad,
Yeah.
But brother, thank you for the intelligence you have and the critical thinking, be thinking and bring the information to the people and the citizens. If the people and them don't understand what you're saying forward, it's not your fault. Yeah. It's not your fault forward. It's we have to raise, be intelligent and see the pain that we in.
Yeah, thank you very much, brother.
Your editorial this morning, it was so intelligent that I'd also stay back to call you, brother, and tell you that. Yeah. Brother, I appreciate you highly with the intelligence you have and the critical thinking, brother. Thanks, brother.
Thank you very much. Blessings. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ford.
Hey, morning, Mr. West. Blessings, brother.
Yes, good to you, man. Mr. West, Mr. Ford.
Same thing. You could call me Mr. West too. We're on the same page.
Yeah. So what happens here in this is that I know that in every state you need to have law and order. You need to have that body of persons called the police and whatnot to enforce the law and to law and order and whatnot and to keep the peace.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
And I am not condemning the entire police service
at all.
You have the majority of the police officers are decent, hardworking, diligent people. But you have a few of them who insist that they must misbehave, that they must go against the order, the lawful order. And you have to deal with that. The government has to deal with that. It is nothing that they nurtured, It is nothing that they would have encouraged over the last 10 years. Because over the last 10 years, people don't like to hear me talk about that.
I actually want to put a little interjection there, right? What it appears to be, Mr. West, as well, is that institutionally certain behaviors have taken hold. You understand what I'm saying? So,
well, it's culture. There's a culture, a way of doing things within the police service.
I'm calling it a subculture. I call it a subculture yesterday, but the culture becoming predominant.
But that is a perennial problem. And you alluded to it with respect since the days of boroughs.
Yeah.
And it took root there. And it never stopped. And what I'm saying here is that some people still believe and you hear callers sometimes talk about boroughs, they want boroughs. They bring back boroughs, they want that kind of policing. That is what they want. You don't want that. What you want to develop is a very highly professional, efficient, and effective police service.
Yeah.
That is what you want. You don't want boroughs. You want to modernize the police service and make it professional, make it efficient, make it effective. Respect for human rights and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We know you have people who go out there and they intend to create mayhem. But police training is important. What sort of training is the training the police again up to date, up to present, demands? Police would have very difficult and challenging situations to deal with. You alluded to that also some time ago. But are they trained? Are they equal to the task?
Oh, let's stop taking that setup. Them officers, stop taking chain up and stop taking setup. I know at least all again defend when all they do wrong, but it ain't have no defense, you know. I don't know how some people gonna stand before the Lord, you know. I don't know, you know. If you feel you have no personal responsibility for the wrong that you do.
The thing about it, if I am an administrator and I have people working below me, the thing about it is that when you run these sort of organizations, you don't want those people at the bottom, and also those people within the service, because it travels all the ranks. You wouldn't want those people to go against, because you need the support. If you don't get them on your side, you can't get anything done. And therefore, some people may be not wanting to take action that would, go against the grain of thought of those people.
Yeah.
Because they need their support. But the point about it, if you're an administrator and you want your reputation, you want to run a professional service and whatnot, you have to take the action. You have to have the belly. You have to. That is what is required to do what is right.
Yeah.
So the fact remains is that what is required now in any serious administrator, you ensure that there is an independent investigation and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
That is it. And politicians ought not to get themselves in that trying to defend the indefensible. The thing about it is that let there be an independent, impartial, and let the chips fall where they may.
Swift.
Don't go there and try to play you're defending the indefensible, because the population would have had. I mean, sometimes what you see may not be totally the whole picture.
Yeah.
But allow the investigation to go take its course.
Yeah.
That is all I want to say. And the fact remains is that you have to stop that kind of behavior like police, because I mean it has international implications. You have all human rights bodies and all over this human rights body in Europe, this one in the CARICOM, all over the place.
Yeah.
They are watching, and they have that video is circulating throughout the world, because we're talking about the interconnectedness in terms of countries and states. And they see that. What does it say about this country? Are we police operating like those in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Are we George Floyd and all these different things? You have to professionalize, and the government has to take the bull by the horn and reform that police services. Either they're telling you they're wearing camera. So who running this country? Police could go in England and tell Stama they're running. They're
wearing no camera. Yeah.
Only in Trinidad. That has to stop. Where power resides, when they don't get what they want, they go down tongue, and you hear days of what?
Full total policing
and all kind of things, people over the place.
Total
they go
policing.
behind the Red House and they're marching and all kind of things. The fact is, you have a government, and the government has to go on it, and that's it. So the government has to take charge, the commissioner has to take charge, because your reputation and your legacy at stake. Yeah. And not just your legacy, but you have to do what is right.
Yeah.
Right? Let the investigation take its course. And you have the responsibility to move towards transformation of the police. That is your task. You have standing orders, you have all sort of memo you could send to different departments to ensure that things are done properly. That is your task. And you have to get those people under you to do what they ought to do, what they've been paid to do. Because like you alone running around the place, you alone, I don't understand that. Because you have to be in operations, you have to in administration, you have to be this and that and the other. I ain't hearing nobody else. And that is my concern. Thank you, Mr. Ford. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ford. How are you this morning, sir?
I did. A little disturbed, but I did.
Yeah, that's understandable, I know, Mr. Ford, with all the nonsense that's taking place, with this killing here. I want to agree with Mr. West 100% with the contribution that he just gave there. Mr. Ford, you know what touched my spirit, boy, last night? When I saw the police commissioner come out and say that he is offering counseling for the police officers, boy. Mr. Ford, that hit me hard on, boy. You offering counseling, you know, for the police officers who committed that, what I call murder in broad daylight, you know. What about the woman who was in the vehicle, his common law wife? What about her getting counseling? You know, offering counseling to her? What about the family who are so disturbed right now?
Yeah, he said the welfare division.
You hear me, Mr. Fuad?
Yeah, loud and clear. He said the welfare division will be in contact with the family, but I don't know. Whew.
Mr. Fuad, is too much, boy. That is too much. I mean, come on now, man. You watch that video, and this police commissioner is saying he doesn't see anything. There is no evidence for him to put his officers or suspend his officers. Yeah. We have a concrete glasses or something. He have one or what?
No, he say it have more.
With him, it's cover up, so?
He say it have more to the video. Well, and he was thinking of releasing it because of the public interest, but he don't want to jeopardize the investigation.
Man,
and then they run us through our investigation and time, and then we forget, and then they kill a couple more without cameras catching it. They say they was criminals. They post up. They do this. They take a picture of them from before with some tattoo, wherever. Put it up. That is what this institution and members of this institution doing to the public continuously.
Oh gosh, man, Mr. Thank God for you, because you have a way to talk and put over things to kind of calm down people in a kind of way, you know. But oh God, Mr. Ford, after looking, when I watched that boy, my paws raised, boy, here now, man. You remember the, I don't know, Mr. Ford, you remember the Muslim brother, Debo Martin, who there was accusing of killing a police officer.
Yeah.
When it was really a police officer
who shoot the man, yeah?
Manhunt.
And dead or alive. Yeah.
Dead or alive, you know, Mr. Ford?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how much murders take place with these officers and they didn't have cameras?
Yeah.
Like how it happened with this incident?
You know he was killed since then. You know he was killed since then, right?
Yes. I saw that.
Yeah, it's
so
not easy, you know.
Continue doing the good work. Yeah, it's not easy. And then you had this law zone thing coming, Zuzu, or whatever they're calling it, where you're going to unleash some of these crooked police officers into communities where they can commit with a warrant and all these things. Mr. Ford, this thing not easy, Mr. Ford.
It's not easy.
Telling you, but continue doing the good work that you're doing. And many blessings to you and your family.
Same to you. Good morning, brother. Welcome, man. I'm glad I catch you.
Yeah, morning to you and to your listeners. A couple of things to unpack here. But some persons want to know why the driver was running. Just based on the outcome and the end result that we saw, it is clear for anyone to understand why somebody in that position would run from what appears to be criminal in police garments. Right? Now, our commissioner of police would have made two statements thus far. I was giving him some grace for the first statement he made because that would have been before the release of the CCTV footage.
Yeah. And he learned. I hope he learned not to echo what his officers tell him, because they will mislead you.
Based on his second statement, it appears that he hasn't learned, because I'm saying the first statement, I could give you some grace because it would go on based on the statements and whatever your officers bring to you. But when you see video footage that is in a clear contradiction of what the officers stated take place, and also with the methods and techniques that these officers use, which is nowhere close to how police ought to be operating.
Yeah.
I mean, you ought to stop and say, based on that, I am going to ask the Prime Minister to go to Parliament and make it mandatory for officers to wear these body cameras and have a heavy penalty, just like the traffic fines, if these officers choose not to wear it, or if they tamper with the device or the footage. Yeah. Right? Now, getting to this video, there is no excuse and no justification for the actions of the police. Because at no point in time did their body language suggest that they were in any immediate danger or under any threat. Nobody was looking for cover, right? And if it is, it doesn't matter if the driver or whoever in the vehicle would have killed 10 persons
before
on their way.
Yeah.
When the vehicle crash and is not in motion anymore, right? That is not how you engage
an individual.
Thing. You turn yourself in a way where you have sight of the vehicle and the suspect, because one side of the vehicle is already pinned. If you have to wait and call for backup to try to apprehend the people, suppose the driver was under duress, or suppose it had other persons hostages in the vehicle as well. Is that how we train our police officers to engage and treat with these matters? There is no excuse. And to top it off, even after using your high-powered rifle, right, to shoot in the direction of the vehicle, you had time to switch guns, right, and take your handgun and still get off more rounds in the direction where it's clear to see that is 2 hands up and nothing was in the hands, you understand, posing a threat to you. There is no excuse. And the problem I continue to have is the police service continue to have a challenge with showing videos or giving a ball-by-ball narrative of things that bring their the actions of their officers into question, right? We just see them show footage of all kind of activities in the country, even though if our investigation has to take place, and they give a ball-by-ball narrative on beyond the tape. Why is it always that the DPS is urging the public not to share video, to keep quiet, give them time, be patient, and let the investigation continue? But they are very colorful while narrating. Suppose the persons who committed this act that we saw the police doing were actual criminals and didn't have on these uniform. Can we look at the video and just take out that? Take out the police officers and put in civilian criminals, and take off the marked police vehicle and just have a normal vehicle, right? What would it be? What would it be? Wouldn't these same footages be shown on beyond the tape and showing the kind of animals and criminals and things that we're dealing with in the country? Wouldn't that be what we would have been hearing?
Yeah.
Why is it so difficult? Because it's an officer or a member of the law enforcement to see it the same way that we would have seen it if it was done by somebody else. There is no excuse and no justification. And it is the same thing we saw with this gold teeter when the officers were walking around casually.
Yeah.
Nobody, body language was suggesting that they were in any threat. So far that the driver hand was out the window, 1 or 2 men was outside, hands up on the wall, search, then back in the vehicle, and all of a sudden a hail of gunfire.
Yeah. And still, those people who suffer and their family members, their daughters, their whatever, still don't have that breadwinner, still their matters in court, still they can't get redress. And that is what families have to go through for a prolonged period of time. And then even when they do win, because they're supposed to win, right? Don't mind they have little resources and they have to beg lawyers to represent them, right? Because when you don't have no money, you have no access to the law, you know, right?
Correct.
Even though that is the case and they're struggling or whatever, you know who's going to have to pay for these officers who murdering people? You know who's going to have to pay to take care of these 2 children who lost their father, the breadwinner in the family, etc. You know who's going to have to pay? Me and you. Me and you. Me and you.
And to think that the commissioner will look at that video, see how his officers operate when they had an opportunity to apprehend this gentleman for whatever reason they thought was fit, right? You chose not to, right? You chose not to. Why it is that this is the go-to move for police officers.
Yeah.
And I hope that it is sufficient for the government to understand the need for mandatory wearing of body cameras. It cannot be left up to the police.
Yeah.
And it have to have the same approach as it relates to these traffic fines, where they believe it will be a deterrent.
It's life and death we're playing with.
If it have a heavy penalty, don't give me no small penalty for not wearing it or not have it on, right? Just like how you want people to check the vehicle daily, you make sure and check and make sure you have on that body camera when you go out to duty and deal with the public. No excuse will be accepted. None.
Thank you very much. The phone line's busy. Let me take a few others. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Fred, I hear you talking this morning, boy, and I see like if you wanted to cry.
Don't carry me there. Don't carry me there. Don't take me there because it is pain. And I have experienced pain. And I've experienced the pain of others. I still am in constant contact with some of the family members who lose loved ones. People who, good people who children dead, because it's predominantly young people. Good people who leave daughters behind, sons behind, without a father. For what?
Yeah.
And this is not necessary. That behavior, that response and action is not warranted or necessary. What wrong with us? So don't take me there, because I could feel that pain. I could feel that pain. If you see where some people live in, if you see the changes in their life because the father was taking care of the children, now the mother had to hold the whole strain and run up and down in court to try to get some justice. Is pain. They dishing out pain to the population. The place done hard. The place rough. People struggling. Poor people struggling. And it's more pain. You're just putting pain on pain. I see a man and his wife gone down. The child, the baby, a baby. There, blood splatter on the baby. For what?
Oh God.
For what? Because all they come to kill the man because of whatever dealings with whoever you decide she had to go to because she there.
Yeah.
And that child, I'm not talking about no makeup situation. No. That child, when that child grew up, what? How that child growing up right now? How?
Bitter. That child will be real bitter, especially towards police. Because as a child thing that stay in your mind till they get older. You just remember them thing. I just remember thing from when I was 5 years old. Sometimes when I used to tell my parents that thing that happened to me when I was 5 years, them shocked that I remember that.
And summer earlier, sweet, summer earlier, take a walk. Summer earlier, take a walk. Summer earlier is 400,000. The businessman, the whoever, whatever, and only take a walk. And all ain't even doing the work properly. Whoever, wherever, however, innocent people in between, whoever, and all good with that. Boy, it have some monsters out here. All feel this place not easy.
And you know the sad thing about it is that the government with all the rhetoric that they're coming and perpetuating on the population. And the diversion that they put into us, these black people in the party who sign up and saying that they're so proud to be black, and they come up with the only thing they could come up with is this Zuzu, wherever stupid name they're calling this thing to porno.
I'm not blaming the government, but I will blame the government if the government does not take the actions that are necessary to protect the rights of citizens. That is where Mr. Sturge came from, a background of protecting citizens, right? Protecting them in his legal fraternity. Sometimes he helping paying, even coming, he helping for the rights of individuals who are violated by agencies of the state. That is the type of human being. Now we reach a place. We had to deal with it.
Well, look at it from this angle. While all of that happening, the government fixing the people, they get land and they get money too. While these black people perpetrating hardship on the ghetto, if UNC fixing the people, giving them land and money.
I know no problem. All them kind of workers who deserve what they deserve, all the GFW workers who deserve, and those are extremely positive things that we're supposed to be speaking about in our positive life. People getting the land, people getting the money, right? That is good.
Right. So
instead of we talking about that this morning, we had to talk about an institution that is rotten, that needs reform, and we want it done. We want that done. Please.
I wholly believe that these officers and them in the academy does get brainwashed.
Yes.
Right? And it's because they get brainwashed with us, cause them to come out here with a colonial brain to be perpetrating these kind of evil. And thank God for camera now, because things like this happening all the time, but it was never recorded. But God have a way of doing things, boy, and God those people only wear pajamas. So that is why you see things like this coming out on video now, so that the population could see what's going on. So you telling me you have a police service like that, and they come and having this zone off thing, what you expect to happen?
Yeah, thank you very much.
The population don't trust the police already. All right, I know you had to take other calls, but
yeah. But I get your point. I get your point, 100%. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
This could not happen in a more worse time for public trust, when I honestly also believe that the government is trying to curb this problem of gang and criminal activities in our communities that has a real negative impact on our communities. I believe that taking that bull by the horn is essential to bring back justice and fairness and peace and security to our communities and to our country. And I support actions that are geared towards doing that. However, the institution that you depend on to action these provisions, that has to be reformed. Every single officers that in a ZOSO, all officers that are operational on that level need to have body cameras. I am willing. I have no money, but I am willing to assist, to chip up, to save the lives of my other citizens and to see justice being done in Trinidad, to create accountability, where a man know if he cuss you, it's recorded, and he go and I go and complain, they will check back. Officer so you cuss the man and you slap him, this is wrong, and then you arrest him and you bring him to court and you say he disorderly conduct or some kind of thing. Look the footage here, you slap him, you do him this, whatever, come out the service, pay whatever penalty. That is justice. That is justice. Let them think twice. Let them behave themselves. Train them. Train them. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yes, good morning, Imam Fuad Abubakar.
Good morning, Prezi. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, God. And the program going down just like you were so.
All right.
Sun, rain. So the program going down too, because some good, some bad, some good, some bad. I listening well. I listen from quite well. A brother, you know that brother just called it Pawood. From quite there, I pick up and pick up. And you know, this society, plenty of us naive, you know. It about certain chapter in the Bible and Apostles. The 25th verse of the 9th chapter, the 25th verse, the 9th chapter of Genesis. And I tell you that the Canaan will be a servant unto his brothers. I think all you know that. That's the whole life we live in. You know? I don't know if it's Canaan, because Canaan was just one son out of. But I mean, like the whole of Ham generation, African generation, eventually being servant to the next two brothers. And that's what we're seeing. Because the civilization, what we live in right now, is really a slave civilization, a civilization where the poor will, and I'm using the word poor here, not just black here, but the poor have to feel, because it's reached to that, that the masters and them of this existence, they deem that their pocket must nice. And who head that their pocket must nice from is from poor people, the consumers of all the ills in the mind. And this is what we live in. Who thinks Miss Kamala is so better than any of them? Imagine Miss Kamala dealing with a Jewish minister or so-called Jewish minister, because he dealing with Israel. What is Israel in our face today? Israel is one of the same people who say they're going to own the world as the sun on the sea, at the shores of the sea, and is that they're looking to do. They're looking to be monopolize the world to be world police, but Miss Kamala part of that. She encouraging that, what do they say? That she is like holding down a colonial system. You know, she doing it. She can't go against international law. And if she can't go against international law, well, she's living the life of colonial existence. You know, everybody in the Caribbean or anywhere at all, except Ivory Touré, who are trying to fight and see if we can have a consciousness of people on the earth to take over from colonial system. It have anybody else? We live in a colonial, all they talk about the police and the police and police. Oh, but them police and them live in colonial system. If you have one or two who you say good enough, well, in this side they have good and bad, so I will accept that. But the system is to control you. The system is to dominate you. The system is to maintain that you stay under the law of Masha.
Yeah.
Is it not always what so? Who you think is the house slave? Who you think is the Oreo? Who you think is the field slave? We. I mean, now they have to wake up, or they can't continue. You see that Jewish Israelite talk, half all they be talking, all you propagating domination on our own side, because all of the Bible show you that Israel must dominate. How you see them dominating today? They show you that the Jews must dominate. How you see them dominating today? Whether it's Rome using it or whether it's whoever using it, what you're seeing, that they are the dominant ones and you are the slave. You are the ones to feel the colonial dotishness. Gosh, I believe it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let us have a greater level of consciousness. I appeal to all of the people, the masses of the people, to have a greater level of consciousness. I appeal for us to care for each other and love one another and do justice and be just. Be fair in whatever you do, in all of your dealings with your fellow man. Show mercy, show love, show kindness. Let us change our thinking in this rat race. Let's have two calypsos this year that stand out in terms of the content so far that I've understood. It have good ones all over. God Christopher sings about the system. All you need to hear that man song. All you need to listen to the fact that it is a system, that we cannot keep operating under a system of greed, selfishness for a few. And it's not that we want to change that everybody gets a share. We just want to be in the few that have everything. And everybody chasing to be in the few instead of changing where everybody has enough. Crazy. Crazy, isn't it? Evil. Evil, isn't it? Rat race. Rat with human face. Constantly, we just behaving like rats. Rats. Let us change what is in our hearts, Trinidad and Tobago. Let us clean up. Let us clean up. You can do better. Even for those individuals who shoot that young man and woman, you can do better. Change. Blessings to everyone. We'll be back, God willing, tomorrow. Take care.
Soca Pick of the Day, sponsored by KFC.
Rhythm, yo slammer. M1, yo stems. This one is a banger.